That's it. Okay, guys. So no, sorry, last class, last class we started talking about communication, and in general terms, we were talking about the communication in our families, right? We talked about some stories that were typical in our families, and we mentioned that it was typical to tell some jokes and to tell stories about the past, embarrassing stories about the past, right? But I would like to know what is the most common anecdote? What is the most common anecdote in your family, right? For example, in my family, the most typical anecdote is an anecdote that started when my father and my aunts and uncles, I mean, his brothers and sisters, were playing in the garage of their house, and there were a lot of machines, like, like car machines, and they were playing with a drill. Do you know what is the meaning of a drill? What is that? A drill.
Taladro,
Sorry, Jesus, again?
taladro.
Taladro, yes, exactly. So they were playing with a drill, and the next thing that they knew is that my aunt's hair was all rolled up in the drill. So it was a total crisis because my aunt was crying, my father was trying to remove the drill of her hair, and it was a total chaos in that case, right? And of course, my father had six siblings, like three sisters and three brothers, I think so. So there were a lot of kids playing with a drill, so it was very dangerous, and that is probably the most common anecdote in my family dinners, no? But what about you? What is the most typical anecdote in your family dinners? Do you have a typical one that you say, see, we always tell the same story? Or do you change? What do you think? Do you have a typical story that you always listen in your family dinners that you say, see, my grandma always tells the same story? I mean, you don't have to tell the story complete, no? You just tell me what is the story about, and that's it, no more. Don't feel afraid.
Well, I have one. My father always when with my aunt when they are both when están los dos. Yes.
In this moment or in the past?
Well, sometimes when I go to visit my father and also is there my aunt, they tell us that when they were more or less 10 years old,
Mm-hmm.
they were playing in a crop, cultivo, yes, crop.
Okay, in a crop, yes.
Mm. They played that they were soldiers.
Uh-huh.
So both was wearing no wearing arrastrándose. How do you say, teacher?
Crawling.
Crawling.
Yes.
They were crawling until my aunt se manchó. How do you say, teacher?
Stained.
Staying with Pope.
I with but cow's poop?
I don't know, but they say that.
Okay, very good. So crawl, it's the mere arrastrarse, that's it. Well, yes, we suppose that it's cow's poo, right? We hope so, no? Muy bien, very good. Excellent, Johan. That is a typical story. Anybody else have a typical anecdote in your families? Really, nobody has typical stories. We Colombians are very common, and we are very good for telling stories, no? Like, ah, yes, my father when he was a child, as Johan said, or as I told you at the beginning, no? Or probably they talk about stories about you, no? It's also another possibility. No, no stories. Bueno, very good. No problem. Hey, Pau, dale.
Okay, teacher. One day, my boyfriend was sad, very sad, and I wanted to help him with Valeriana Passiflora,
You okay?
but mm, no despertaba.
So you gave him too much.
Sí, me pasé.
Oh, shoot.
And my family can't stop lodging.
Laughing, laughing.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. That's gonna be a typical, a very common, a very funny anecdote in the future. Pero muy bien, good. En este caso, esta combinación UGH suena como F, right? So it would be laughing. Muy bien, very good. So, in this case, these anecdotes that we are talking about, well, they are simple stories, no? Simple stories that we talk about in gatherings, in reunions, in meetings with people, right? As they are stories, they are part of the past. So when we talk about anecdotes, yes, when we talk about anecdotes, it's very common that for telling them, we are going to use a group of tenses in which we have commonly simple past. Yes, for saying, oh, okay, I gave my boyfriend too much. Eso tiene un nombre para, no me acuerdo cómo se dice pasivo ahora, pero anyway, I gave him too much. I gave him, ¿cierto? En el pasado, simple past. Or for example, when Johan told me like, okay, my father was a soldier. They play it that they were soldiers. Simple past. See? But in addition to that, we are going to use other tenses, like for example, the past continuous. ¿Cierto? When I say, for example, when Johan said they were playing in the crop. Estaban jugando. They were playing in the crop, no? Or for example, when Paula said, okay, my boyfriend was feeling sad. Se estaba sintiendo triste. Or when I told you like, okay, my father was playing with his brothers and sisters in the garage, right? Entonces, also past continuous. But also, additionally, we have to use also the tense, which is, vamos a usar aquí rojito, past perfect. ¿Ya? When I say like, no, es que se enredó el cabello porque habían jugado, cha, cha, cha. Or for example, the aunt of Johan, she staying with poop because she had crawled before, right? So in that case, past perfect too. Entonces, inicialmente we have simple past, past continuous, and past perfect for talking about anecdotes because they are part of the past. But additionally to, we are going to have other tenses that can include the present, no? And then we can include also tenses like present perfect, and also the present perfect simple, which is I have done, I have gone, and present perfect continuous, ¿cierto? Simple y también continuous. So today we're going to talk about how continuous. Today we're going to talk about how can we use all of these tenses for telling stories. Todos esos tiempos ya los conocemos, no son nuevos, ¿cierto? Ya sabemos cómo se usan, que tiene had, que tiene bla bla. Vamos a ver un repasito, pero en general ya conocemos todos estos tiempos. What is the difference today? Today we're going to put together all of them and we are going to learn many expressions that we can use for talking about a story. Cuando hablamos de una historia, arrancar es difícil. ¿Por qué? Porque no sé cómo arrancar, ¿sí? Añadirle más información es difícil. ¿Por qué? Porque no sé cómo hacerlo. ¿Ready? Entonces, aunque ya conocemos todos estos tiempos, uno dice, pero bueno, ¿y aquí qué tengo que usar? No sé. Entonces, today we're going to learn how to do that, ¿ok? Bueno, my dear people, we're going to read it. A ver, wait a second. We're going to read here an example that it's right here. Who wants to read from the beginning
Your teacher.
until, dale Camila, until the first period, hasta aquí, hasta the first period.
It all started a couple of weeks ago when some scientists from the ICT of New Zealand found a new discovery related to the field of genetics while they were studying a new piece of bone from a caveman fossil.
Very good, fossil, very fossil. Very good. Entonces, fíjense que la historia tiene una expresión inicial. What is the expression? It all started. What is the meaning of this expression? It all started. What is that?
Todo empezó.
Todo empezó muy bien, o todo comenzó, ¿cierto? It all started a couple of weeks ago. I am giving the context. When some scientists from the ICT from New Zealand found a new discovery related to the field of genetics while they were studying a new fossil. Ready? Let's look that in this case we started with simple past, y aquí llegamos a, ¿qué tiempo es este? They were studying.
Past continue.
Past continuous, muy bien, very good. Who wants to continue with the reading?
Me, teacher.
Dale, go ahead, my friend.
Okay. They found that your ancestors have a lot of to do with the way your feeding habits develop. They have been running a lot of tests in order to determine determine
Determine.
determine if it is only related to the male or both parts of your bloodline.
Bloodline. Entonces, listo. We said that they found that your ancestors have a lot to do with the way your feeding habits. O sea que tus ancestros. What is the expression have to do? ¿A qué se refiere la expresión had to do o have to do?
Como que tenían que hacer.
No tan literalmente tenían que hacer, sino que tiene que ver. Cuando digo no, no tiene nada que ver, en este caso tienen que ver con la forma en que tus hábitos alimenticios se desarrollan. Ready? Entonces, in that case, they say that they found with the fossil of the caveman, they found that your ancestors have a lot to do with the way that your feeding habits developed. ¿Mm? Y aquí llego a un punto donde dice, they have been running. Guys, ¿qué tiempo es este? They have been running a lot of tests.
Presente perfecto continuo.
Perfecto, Johan, muy bien. Perfecto, continuo, muy bien. So, excellent. So, in this case, this is the present perfect continuous. Which, ¿y por qué está ahí? Because it's an action that continues until this part, until this moment, right? So that, okay, they have been running a lot of tests in order to determine if it is only related to the male or both parts of your bloodline. What is the meaning of bloodline? What is the meaning of bloodline? Eso sí es
Linaje.
linaje, ¿cierto? Básicamente línea sanguínea, es decir, la ascendencia que uno tiene. ¿Ready? Muy bien. And the last part.
Mi teacher.
Dale, please.
What you need to know is that other teams have failed to understand the nature of the feeding heritage.
Heritage. Heritage.
Heritage.
Muy bien. What is the meaning of heritage? Esa está difícil.
Herencia.
Herencia, muy bien. Very good. Entonces, guys, they said, what you need to know, y aquí lo que va a hacer es incluir más información. Entonces se dice, vea, es que espere. What you need to know is that other teams have failed. What tense is this?
Present
Present perfect.
Present perfect, right? Entonces, in that case, they have failed in the past and also in the present. They have failed many times, yes, to understand the nature of your feeding heritage, right? Entonces, bueno, this is not an anecdote, but the anecdotes are one part of the objective of today, but also additionally we have other which is talking about the news. Okay. For example, in this case, I am talking a discovery. What is the meaning of discovery, guys?
Un descubrimiento.
Descubrimiento, fácil, muy similar al español, ¿cierto? Very good. Buen vocabulario, guys. So, but also at the same time, as we can talk about discoveries, we can also mention other different types of news, like for example, criticism, a headline, a news blog, like a crisis, economical crisis, assassination, right? We can talk about a website piece of news, a newscaster, that is the person that is bringing the news, different kinds of news that we are going to tell you. A traffic report, a weather report, we can have different kinds of news, right? So, but in this case, that it's right here, okay, yes, basically the same. So in this case, guys, when we talk about these pieces of news, we are doing basically the same that with an anecdote, talking about past events that possibly can continue until the present. So for that reason, we have to remember different things. Bueno, the first part, it's talking about the difference between past continuous and simple past, no? The past continuous, remember that the past continuous is going to help me for one specific purpose, yeah? That it's giving the context of the action, no? What was happening when the action happened? Ah, okay, my boyfriend was feeling sad. That is the general idea. My father and his sister were playing in a crop. That is the general idea. The team that found the fossil, they were researching something. Okay, so that is the general context. What was happening? When I use the past continuous, usually I took it at the beginning, or I mentioned it at the beginning, for asking what was going on. What was going on? Ready? When I say, for example, no, es que una persona murió el viernes pasado. ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Qué estaba haciendo? So that is the question that we are going to answer. Ah, es que the person, yeah, the person was, I don't know, the person was driving drunk. See? So when I use that past continuous, I am telling the general context of the situation, the initial part of the action when I say, estaba pasando esto. And then when I want to give the rest of the details, I'm going to use the simple past. Entonces, el simple past es el más usado. ¿Por qué? Porque me va a entregar todos los detalles de la historia. All details of the story, bueno, most of the details of the story are going to be brought by the simple past. Remember that the simple past it's used for talking about the next action. So when I talk about what happened after that, ¿y qué pasó después? ¿Y qué pasó después? Then I have to use the simple past, right? So for example, Johan me dijo, my father and her and his sister, they were playing in a crop and they crawled. ¿Qué estaban haciendo? Jugando. ¿Y qué hicieron? Se arrastraron. And then my aunt stained with poop. Ah, ok. ¿Qué pasó cuando se estaba arrastrando y qué pasó? Se manchó, right? Entonces, para contar lo que pasó después, I use the simple past. Por eso es de los tiempos más usados para hablar una historia, para contar una historia. Que lo voy a usar para contar y qué pasó, y qué pasó, y qué pasó, y qué pasó. Ready? Entonces, then the simple past, super common. The past continuous, it's more at the beginning when I want to mention what was going on. Ready? Claro, past continuous also could be for a long action that was interrupted. In which case, the first action, the action that started, is in past continuous, and the action that was interrupted, or that interrupted, it's in simple past. So, ready? Entonces, that's the difference between using these two. Pero como les digo, casi siempre voy a usar inicialmente o mayormente el simple past. ¿Vale? Guys, ¿dudas con estos dos, past continuous, simple past, o están claritos? What do you think?
Very clear.
It's clear.
Clear, very good, excellent. Now, additionally to these two, vamos a borrar este pedacito, wait, yes. Additionally to these two, right? They were, we have here, bueno, in addition to that, we have also the past perfect. ¿Cierto? Adicional a estos dos, simple past y past continuous, we have the past perfect. Past perfect, recordemos que es usado con had and the verb in past participle. The past perfect is for talking about what had happened before other action in the past. In that case, I said a previous action. For example, no sé, I was sleeping and my mother called, ¿sí? Because she had, vamos a hacerlo por acá, She had cooked breakfast. If I use the past perfect, had cooked breakfast, is because it's going to be an action previous to the other action that I mentioned, no? So in that case, when I say they had or she had cooked breakfast, ella había hecho tal acción. Had and the verb in past participle, but that is for talking about an action that happened before other actions in the past. Ready? Es mucho menos usado que los otros dos, porque en una historia no es muy común que me tenga que devolver, pero digamos que es como en momentos específicos de algo que olvidé, de algo que quiero incluir, fue que había sucedido antes de las acciones que estoy contando en ese momento, ¿cierto? Porque uno dice, ¿cómo así que antes había pasado? Yo voy contando una historia y voy en un punto de la historia. Si algo sucedió antes de ese punto donde ya voy contando, ahí es cuando uso el past perfect, ¿cierto? Si me tengo que devolver en la historia, ahí es cuando tengo que usar el past perfect. ¿Listo? La forma de usarlo, como les digo, muy sencilla, solo had y el verbo en past participle, igual para todos los pronombres. She had, I had, we had, and then the verb in past participle, ¿vale? ¿Dudas allí? Questions? Problems?
No, Pip.
Nope. Listo, perfect, very good. Now, additionally to the simple past, past continuous, and past perfect, we have, ahora sí, now, the present perfect and the present perfect continuous, que también ya lo hemos visto, but anyway. In a story, en una historia, the present perfect simple talks about an action that has happened many times. For example, when I say, sí, bueno, es que yo como he trabajado en varios lugares, I have worked in many places. But the action is not continuous. It has happened, but in different moments. One, for example, here in 2012, other here in 2013, ¿cierto? And the last one in 2015, when I started, ¿cierto? Esta que está acá. Entonces, in different moments. Como la acción no es seguida, pues uso simplemente present perfect. Lo he hecho, pero una vez por allá y luego otra vez por allá y that's it. Ahora, if the action is continuous, right? If I started and then never stopped again, right? For example, in 2020, digamos que acá son que 2020, 2015 son 10 años, right? Entonces, I have been working here in Smart for 10 years. Desde 2015 hasta ahora, ¿cierto? Sin parar. So that is an action that has been going on. So decir, sí, claro, of course, yo he estado trabajando acá por 10 años. So I have been working here for 10 years. Cuando uso present perfect continuous, más que todo lo hago para enfocarme en la duración de la acción. ¿Por cuánto tiempo lo he estado haciendo? ¿O desde cuándo? For example, I could say, I have been working here since 2015. That is the other possibility. Ready? So in that case, I can use both. Pero present perfect simple tiene un uso específico para cosas que no han sido continuas. Han sucedido, sí, pero no de manera continua. Por otra parte, el present perfect continuous sí me incluye algo que no ha dejado de suceder desde que empezó. ¿Listo? Entonces, ¿cómo se ve eso reflejado en una historia? Al final, casi siempre, cuento cosas de cómo esa historia, por ejemplo, ha influido en algo del presente o ha estado influyendo en algo del presente, ¿cierto? Lo mismo con las noticias. Entonces, por ejemplo, en el ejemplo del fósil, al final decíamos que se han estado haciendo estudios recientemente, ¿cierto? Entonces, pero eso parte de la historia inicial. Entonces, estas dos casi siempre los voy a encontrar al final de la historia para conectar esa historia pasada con el presente. No siempre está, porque no siempre tiene una conexión con el presente. Hay historias que simplemente ya se acabaron y ya, that's it, ¿cierto? Por ejemplo, en la historia de My Father and my Aunts and Uncles. Ya se acabó. No, ahorita no se conecta con nada. Fin. No uso present perfect ni present perfect continuous. Pero en la historia de la noticia, sí, porque tiene una conexión con el presente. Todavía hay cosas que han sucedido o que han estado sucediendo o relacionadas con esa historia. ¿Listo? Entonces, ¿sí es claro cuando incluyo estos dos? ¿O questions, problems, más o menos?
So,
Clear,
so.
teacher.
Listo, very good. Jesus, clear? Here, no te entendí, sorry. Clear, clear.
Ahí, ahí vamos.
Listo, my friend, no problem. Vamos a ver que es cuestión de práctica, but not difficult, ¿ok? Bueno, when I put everything together, cuando lo pongo todo junto, we are going to have something like this. In a timeline, yeah, we have a timeline, and we have different events. For example, in chronological order, the first thing that happened is that in 2018, no, mentiras, 2019, yes, the COVID was discovered. In 2019, December, I think so. But in February of 2020, the COVID arrived to Colombia. En ese caso, no uso had porque no me estoy devolviendo. Simplemente digo que the COVID arrived to Colombia in 2020. Bien. After that, in 2021, I was still working, but my salary came down. Me bajaron el salario. Porque obviamente estábamos como en crisis and so on, right? So, mi salario bajó. Ahora, ¿por qué bajó? Porque el COVID había llegado a Colombia. Y allí sí, cuando voy a describir que el COVID había llegado a Colombia, ahí sí de usar el had, ¿cierto? Para decir, ok, my salary came down because the COVID had arrived to Colombia. Entonces, fíjense que un mismo detalle o una misma situación de esa historia puede estar en simple past o en past perfect dependiendo desde dónde yo la presento. Si yo voy en el orden cronológico y digo que eso pasó después, pues simple past. Pero si yo ya iba más adelante y me devuelvo a decir que eso que estoy contando pasó porque algo había sucedido antes, obviamente que no va a ser con simple past, sino ya past perfect. ¿Ready? Entonces fíjense cómo va cambiando la historia dependiendo cómo la quieras contar. Luego, en la parte final, I am going to start saying, ok, hasta hoy, de hecho, nosotros somos un ejemplo. People have been working from home. Desde ese momento hasta hoy, people have been working from home. ¿Por qué have been working? Porque no ha dejado de suceder. ¿Cierto? En pandemia nos volvimos virtuales y desde ahí hemos estado trabajando desde casa, ¿cierto? De manera continua. So that's why we use present perfect continuous. Ahora, different from that, I said, sí, bueno, in Colombia, we just have come back to normal. Como que no hace mucho acabamos de regresar a la normalidad. And merchants, what is the meaning of merchants? What is the meaning of that?
Dice comerciantes.
Comerciantes, muy bien, very good. So the people who sell, the enterprisers, right? So the enterprises have tried to jump back, como que han intentado recuperarse. Algunos sí, otros no, but they have tried. Present perfect. Como que algunos aún están intentando, right? Entonces, poner todo junto hace que yo tenga un chorrero de información así, con muchos detalles, ¿sí? Entonces, ahí es donde se me dificulta la información o describir una historia, que yo les digo, bueno, y una historia, cuénteme una historia. Entonces, todo es como que se congela, ¿cierto? Porque es difícil, of course. Al principio es complicado. Entonces, lo primero que hay que hacer es organizar la información, all together. Esto pasó primero, esto pasó después, luego esto, luego esto, luego esto. Ya cuando yo la vaya a contar, ya sabré si era el contexto y lo cuento con past continuous, o si algo que pasó después y lo cuento con simple past, o si algo que aún todavía tiene relevancia sobre el presente y lo cuento con present perfect continuous, dependiendo cómo lo quiera contar. ¿Listo? Entonces, first, information. Ya con los 4 o 5 tiempos que acabamos de ver. ¿Ready? Ahora, ¿qué hago con todo eso? Ok, so now I have to learn how to connect. Recuerden que un gran parte del objetivo de este nivel es aprender a conectar la información, right? Entonces, today we are going to add some information about connecting words when we talk about a story. First, we are going to have time clauses or time adverbs, right? Time adverbs that are going to help me to talk about if the action happened after, after, or before another action. Ready? So, for example, we are going to have these ones. Afterwards, later, or the next day, the next week, whatever. What about that? What do you think is for that? Is for talking about before o after?
After.
After, of course, de hecho está ahí mismo, ¿no? Afterwards. So these adverbs are going to tell me, or are going to help me to introduce an action that happened after another action. Usually, both actions are described with simple past because they go in chronological order. Example, my mom was cooking, oh, sorry, vamos a borrar por acá. My mom was cooking dinner, ¿cierto? My mom was cooking dinner, comma. Later, she went to bed. Ejemplo, she went to bed. Con ese conector simplemente digo que primero estaba cocinando y luego se fue a dormir. That's it. ¿Sí? Parece simple, parece sencillo, parece obvio, pero a veces se nos olvida usar esos conectores y ya no sé si la acción que estoy contando pasó antes o pasó después. ¿Va? Entonces, I can have the next, later, afterwards. Tenemos otros como por ejemplo then, so, ready? Cosas como entonces, right? And they can help me to do the same. Me pueden ayudar a hacer lo mismo. Introduce something that happened afterwards. Ready? Listo. Then we have others, like for example, when, o as soon as, o the moment, o otra que es once. What is the meaning of once?
Una vez.
Una vez, o una vez que, yes. In that case, these adverbs, once, when, as soon as, the moment, are going to be used for talking about two actions that happen simultaneously. Una cosa y al momento otra cosa, ¿sí? Algo pasó en el momento que otra cosa pasó. Una cosa pasó o algo pasó una vez que otra cosa pasó. Entonces, in that case, it's not before and it's not after, but it's at the same time. Example, once no sé, once I graduated, comma, I started to work. De igual manera, ambas están en simple past porque estoy contando que una pasó inmediatamente después de la otra. Así que voy en orden cronológico, chronological order. So, I continue. Ambas en simple past. ¿Sí? Once I graduated, I started to work. Solo que en este caso no pasó mucho tiempo entre una y la otra, sino que al mismo tiempo una pasó, tan pronto pasó la otra. ¿Ready? En ese caso uso once, when, as soon as o the moment. Cualquiera de las cuatro estaría bien. And finally, we're going to have other expressions, pero vamos a cambiar el color porque ese color no se ve mucho por acá. Which is up until then. Uy, esta expresión está larga. Up until then. What is the meaning of that? Up until then.
Entonces,
Hasta entonces o hasta ese momento, ¿cierto? Before that, of course, antes de eso. Y until that time. What is the meaning of until that time?
Hasta ese tiempo.
hasta ese momento.
Hasta ese momento. Literalmente no es hasta ese tiempo, sino hasta esa vez o hasta ese momento. Very good. In this case, we're going to talk about actions that happened before. But taking into account that they happened before, it's possible that I can use the past perfect for going behind, para devolverme. Ready? So in that case, for example, I am going to use an example. I said, no sé, I graduated in 2015 from the university. ¿Cierto? Comma. Until that time, I hadn't worked. Cuando yo digo I hadn't worked, me refiero después o antes.
Antes.
Antes, ¿cierto? Of course. Entonces, en este caso, uso past perfect para devolverme y mencionar que esto no había pasado hasta ese entonces. O sea, antes de eso no había pasado. ¿Ready? Entonces, fíjense que tengo muchos adverbios de tiempo que me van a ayudar a conectar más información. Claro, con estos adverbios me refiero, o digamos que acá lo que hago es enfocarme, ¿sí? A ver si el tiempo es antes, después, o sea, enfocarme en el tiempo o en la relación de tiempo entre las dos acciones. Si esto fue antes de lo otro, si fue the next day, si fue as soon as, tan pronto como, ¿sí? Entonces, in that case, estos adverbios me permiten eso, simplemente enfocarme en el tiempo y si esto pasó antes que, al mismo tiempo que, o si había pasado hasta ese entonces, ¿vale? ¿Dudas allí con estos adverbios? O it's fine.
It's fine, teacher.
Listo, es más que todo cuestión de vocabulario, pero recuerden que los adverbs y los connectors tienen dos posiciones generalmente. La primera es al inicio de las dos oraciones, ¿cierto? Por ejemplo, acá, the moment I got to work, comma, my boss asked me to speak to me o to speak to me. Ready? Entonces, connector, the moment, sentence number one, comma, and sentence number two. The next day, we all laughed. Yes, in that case, bueno, the next day, it's afterwards. That's it. So in that case, the connector, sentence number one, comma, and sentence number two. Yes. But the other possibility is that I use sentence number one, connector, and sentence number two. Ahora sí, like in this case, como en este ejemplo. ¿Sí? Aquí nos falta la primera oración, pero obviamente suponemos que antes de eso hay otra oración. Cuando digo, no sé, I fell down. Y yo me caí. The next day, en la mitad de las dos oraciones, ¿sí? We all laughed about it. Allí voy a conectar con ese conector, obviamente con ese adverbio, voy a conectar la oración anterior con la siguiente. ¿Ready? Entonces, en general, puedo usarlo al principio, voy a usar como para conectar o en la mitad de las dos oraciones. Igualmente, depende de qué, pues del ritmo de la conversación. O sea, digamos que ahí no hay mucha diferencia, cómo te sientas mejor o cómo aprendas a hacerlo, cómo te sientas más cómodo vocalmente. ¿Ok? Good. Entonces, hasta ahí, no questions. Si ya la conexión no tiene tanto que ver con el tiempo, sino como que voy a incluir detalles, pero de diferentes índoles, right? I am going to have other different kind of expressions. All of these expressions that we have here, they have different purposes. For example, one of the most common purpose is to, a ver, wait a second, it's to start the story. Por ejemplo, en el ejemplo del fossil, I said, it all started. Con esa expresión, ¿qué hago? Pues arrancar la historia, ¿cierto? It all started. But I can say also, for example, closing the story or finishing the story. ¿Cierto? To finish the story. When I say, for example, finally, ya sé que voy a acabar la historia. At the end, ya sé que voy a acabar la historia, ¿cierto? In the end, bueno, at the end of the day puede ser, o in the end, that is also the same. Entonces, other expressions are for talking about or for finishing the story. And the other possibility is to add information. Add information, o sea, agregar información nueva. Algunas veces forward, como hacia adelante, ¿cierto? Forward. Otras veces backwards, o sea, hacia atrás. Es obvio, si incluyo, por ejemplo, una información con had, done, had, never lost, something like that, es una información hacia atrás. O si la incluyo con simple past, pues es una información adelante. Pero en general es el mismo propósito que es agregar información nueva. Entonces voy a leer las expresiones y ustedes me dicen para qué son. Si son para agregar, para iniciar o para finalizar una idea. ¿Listo? Entonces, for example, the first one is I will never forget the time. What do you think is the purpose of that?
Para introducir a la historia, ¿no?
Start,
Of course, it's for start the story. Muy bien. Ready? The thing you have to know is,
Add info,
muy bien,
maybe.
very good, Jason. Add information, ¿cierto? Como para agregar más información. De hecho, la vimos en el ejemplo del fossil. Ah, but the thing you have to know is that the many teams have failed to, ¿cierto? Entonces, add information. Muy bien. Next one is it all started. Ya vimos que obvio es para start the information. Good. Next, what happened was,
Start también.
start también, pero también puedo usarla a la mitad de la información para add information. So what happened was puede ser para start o también para add information. Muy bien. Next, I forgot to mention that.
add information.
Add information y especially Johan que dices Forwards o backwards?
Bad words?
Backwards, because I forgot to mention. O sea, se me olvidó algo y me voy a devolver. So it's usually used for talking about something that had happened before with past perfect. Okay. Meanwhile,
Add information?
add information. And of course, at the same time, or simultaneous information or forward information. Ready? And in the end,
Finish.
Como para concluir.
of course,
Finish.
for finish information, for conclusion, ready? For closing the information. Muy bien. That reminds me of when.
Para iniciar, para start.
Sí, puede ser para start, aunque también algunas veces para add more information. Como que estamos conversando y digo, ay, eso me acuerdo cuando, something like that. Pero generalmente también es para iniciar, start. Muy bien. The next thing we knew,
Add information.
add information, y especialmente hacia delante, o sea, forward information, included with simple past. ¿Sí? Entonces yo les contaba como, bueno, lo siguiente que supieron es que se le enredó el cabello cha en el taladro, no sé qué, with the story of my aunt and my father, ¿cierto? Muy bien. Later on,
Add information.
of course, add information, especially forward, muy bien. To make a long story short, esta es muy común, to make a long story short.
Finish.
Reiniciar.
Finish, muy bien. Conclude information. Literalmente es como para no hacerle el cuento largo, básicamente es esa expresión, ¿right? Muy bien. I have got to tell you about
Start.
start. Very good. Algunas veces para add information, pero usually for start. Ready? Next one. The other thing is that,
Add
Add
information?
yes, of course, add information. And finally, pues muy bien, muy claro, finish
Finish.
the information. Muy bien. Ready? Entonces, ya teniendo las ideas y teniendo los conectores, ¿qué es lo que puedo hacer? Pues poner todo junto. Al principio claramente se me va a dificultar, igual voy a tomarme un tiempo prudencial para hacerlo, ¿cierto? Y yo voy a decir en mi cabeza, no sé qué conector va acá. A ver, yo me devuelvo a mirar cuáles son las posibilidades. Pero con el tiempo me voy a casar con algunas de estas expresiones, ¿cierto? Se me van a quedar algunas de estas expresiones y ya no voy a tener que mirar tanto. Lo voy a hacer de una manera más automática. Next time I ask you, bueno, what is the most typical story in your family? A ver, wait one second. So the next time I said, bueno, what is the most typical story in your family? You can tell me like, no, sí, in my family, once upon a time. What is the meaning of once upon a time?
¿Eras una vez?
No
Muy
es.
bien. A veces lo puedo iniciar de manera jocosa para iniciar una historia. Entonces, no, once upon a time, my father and my mother, yes, they were dancing and my father accidentally spilled a beer on my mother. But what you have to know is that it was an excuse for my father to get closer with my mother, no? So in that case, meanwhile, my mother was also thinking on like conquering or flirting with my father. So before that, they had never had any couple. So, and then I start talking about the story, ¿sí? Y continúo incluyendo detalles, algunos con la mayoría con simple past, de vez en cuando with past continuous, algunas veces con past perfect si me voy a devolver, ¿cierto? Pero, sorry, continúo incluyendo los adverbios para, digamos, los adverbios de tiempo para incluir lo que pasó después o el tiempo y también las expresiones las expresiones que vimos acá, ¿cierto? Para poder añadir información, incluir otra, devolverme un poco, cerrar la información, so on, so on. ¿Ok? Más o menos, questions, cómo se sienten, how do you feel.
Good teacher.
Good,
Practice.
good.
Listo, muy bien. It's a matter of practice, ¿ready? ¿Qué les recomiendo? Practiquen mucho, sobre todo con sus propias historias. Es decir, pues traten de contarse historias ustedes mismitos, ahí se van contando y tratar de, pues ustedes saben exactamente qué pasó, qué no pasó, y pueden contarse ustedes mismos como, sí, and my father was doing ta, 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 and my sister, she did ta, 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 and she said no sé qué, and bla, 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 right? Tratar de ponerse en situación. a contar una historia, cualquiera. Recuerden que eso también puede funcionar para las noticias, right? Entonces, for example, here I said, okay, we continue talking about the COVID, no? This class was released in COVID. Entonces, I said, for example, last March arrived to the country the first cases of the virus, bla, bla, bla. Miren qué texto tan grande puedo hacer simplemente usando simple past, past continuous y los conectores, pues que acabamos de ver. ¿Listo? No vamos a hacer esto porque es too long and not a good idea. But that is the idea. O sea, la idea es ponernos en situación y tratar de contar algo no tan largo como esto, of course, pero sí una historia, digamos que ustedes se quieran contar a sí mismos, ¿vale? Questions, guys, difficulties, problems, anything?
No, teacher, it's clear.
It's clear. Listo. Think on an impressive piece of news or an impressive story about your family. Something short, and tell it to me. Ready? Something short, 2, 3 sentences, no more, right? Por ejemplo, bueno, mientras que piensan, I'm going to tell you one. De hecho, la voy a escribir por acá, right? So, years ago, I was riding my bike, yes, to come back home. Yeah. And when I was riding my bike to come back home, yes. Unfortunately, I didn't have helmet. What is the meaning of helmet?
Martillo
No,
Casco.
o
casco.
casco. Ah,
Hammer es martillo, hammer.
almost.
Almost, sí, almost, yes. Years ago, I was riding my bike to come back home, but unfortunately, I didn't have helmet. Period. Se cierra ahí la primera idea. Yes. What you need to know is that I didn't like to use a ciclorruta. Ready? That was a huge problem. Oh my God, sorry. No, I erased it. No, yeah, that's it. A ver, come on. Ay, ay, ay. What you need to know, bueno, is that I didn't like to use ciclorruta, right? So, y ese so me va a conectar de consecuencia. Entonces, so, a bus crashed my bike and threw me long away. Yes. In general terms, to make a long story short, I lost my memory for 3 days. But I didn't break a bone. Impressive story, real of the real life. Ready? So, but in that case, look, I just include a lot of information, yes, but it's simple information. It's just connecting the information, right? Connecting the information here with the same connectors. The next thing you know, to make a long story short, after that, so what you need to know years ago, but in general terms, is the same idea. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, no more. Yeah. Si quisiera incluir algo hasta el presente, present perfect o present perfect continuous, and that's it. Hmm? Anybody has something, of course, shorter, algo más corto, something, an impressive story, something that you want to share?
Yo, teacher.
Ujú. Dale, Cami.
Bueno, in my family, we always laughed about the story when my mom, my grandma, and my sister were walking on the street, and my mom was upset So, profe, ¿cómo se diría como arrastrando el brazo a mi hermana? She,
She was pulling your sister by the arm. Pulling, como jalando,
she
pulling.
was,
Ujú,
pulling my sister by the arm.
ujú.
Eh, who she was 2 years old at that time. My
Ok.
grandma said my mom not to take her like that. And my sister o sea, se volteó, ¿cómo sería?
Depende, se volteó como que se giró o
Miró
se
para
cayó.
atrás. No
Ah,
estaba
turn
mi
back.
abuela.
Turn back.
Turn back and say my grandma, shut up.
No way.
Yes. And it was funny because my grandma was trying to defend her.
Sí, of course, right? Muy bien, very good, Cami. So in that case, she's trying to connect like three ideas. Yeah. So her mother was grabbing her sister by the arm. Her grandma said something, and then her sister replied something. Yeah. In which case, I can complement it with connectors. No. So for example, like what you need to know is that my grandma. Da, da, da. So for example, or I don't know what other we could use. For example, we could say, finally, my sister replied to my grandma. Da, 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 right? Trying to connect it. After that, my sister replied, no sé qué. Before that, my sister had never said, yes. Entonces, but that is the idea, including more information depending the tense and with the connector corresponding. Okay, guys, questions, problems?
No, Pip.
No. Listo, les queda de tarea, cuéntense una historia. Cuéntense una historia usted mismo, ahí. Ahí mientras que se queda dormido, trate de contarse una historia. A ver si lo logra. ¿Ready? A ver qué conectores se le quedaron de hoy. A ver si de pronto le gusta usar más conectores de tiempo o conectores de estos que son expresiones completas. Right? Ambas formas son válidas, simplemente depende cómo lo quieras contar tú. Si te quieres enfocar en el tiempo o si te quieres enfocar en la relación entre una acción y la otra, o el propósito de la siguiente información, and so on, so on, que son, digamos, las expresiones que vimos al final, son como eso, como, digamos, describo qué propósito tiene la información que te voy a entregar a continuación. Si te digo, no, es que lo que se me olvidó decirte, ya tú sabes que lo que te voy a contar a continuación es algo que va previo a lo que ya habíamos hablado. O si te digo como, no, pues en general, en general, ya tú sabes que voy a cerrar la información, ¿sí? Entonces, empiecen a tratar de conectar las ideas, ustedes se van a dar cuenta que se casan automáticamente con algunos conectores. Está bien, simplemente hay que decir con cuáles conectores me caso que me sirvan de manera pues más funcional. ¿Listo? Guys, gracias por estar aquí esta semanita. Nos vemos la otra semana. Solo tenemos una clasecilla, la semana 4. Yo veré juiciosos con las actividades. Si tienen dudas sobre las actividades o algo, me comentan. Este nivel también tiene solo 8 semanas, por lo tanto la otra semana ya es la mitad de este nivel. ¿Listo? Ya eso pasa volando. ¿Ok? Entonces nos vemos la otra semanita en la semana 4 y that's it. Las clases mañana ya van a estar listas para que las puedan programar desde tempranito. ¿Listo? Entonces, guys, see you there. Nos vemos la próxima semana. Gracias por venir, por participar y have a good weekend. Feliz Halloween, of course. No coman
Yes.
mucho dulce.
Bye,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher. Bye bye.
All right,
Bye
que les vaya muy
bye.
bien. Goodbye. See you.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks, teacher. Goodbye.
Goodbye.